Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to discuss socialism in Russia. So why are we going to read this topic? What is the necessity? Okay, in my last video we have discussed about the socio-economic condition of Russia, right? And I have already told you that the social and economic condition that was prevailing in Russia was creating a favorable ground for revolution. How a revolution takes place? On its own? No. On the basis of some ideology. And what was that ideology? That is socialism. So the economy and society of Russia, they were supporting this socialism ideology. Now let's see how the socialism ideology expanded in Russia. So before 1914, all political parties were illegal in Russia. Why? See, at that time, who was the ruler? Tsar Nicholas II. So he was ruling Russia and everything was done in the way he wants. Tsar wanted no political party should be formed against him. Why? Because he feared that if there will be political party, then people will get united, revolution will be there and he might lose his power and position. So the Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party was founded in 1898 by socialists and these were formed by workers. And as you know, these political parties were illegal. So due to these government policies, this party that was founded in 1898 by the workers, it worked or operated secretly as an illegal organization. It set up a newspaper, mobilized workers and organized strikes. And some Russian socialists, they felt that Russian peasants are the natural socialists. Why these Russian socialists felt that Russian peasants are the natural socialists? Because of the custom of dividing land periodically. So as I have already told you in the last video that the peasants, they used to work in a collective land and whatever profits were there, they used to divide it according to the needs of the individual family. So because of that custom of dividing land periodically, these Russian socialists, they felt that Russian peasants are the natural socialists. And it was believed that peasants would be the main force of revolution. So in the countryside, socialists, they were active through the late 19th century and they formed Socialist Revolutionary Party in 1900. This party was formed by peasants. And that party that I have earlier told you, that is the Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party, that was formed by workers. And this party is formed by the peasants. So this party struggled for peasants' right. And the main demand was that land of the nobles should be given to peasants. And these were the views of socialist revolutionaries. Now, the social democrats disagreed with socialist revolutionaries. So let's see what are the views of the social democrats and what are the views of socialist revolutionaries. So the socialist revolutionaries, they used to support the peasants. They struggled for peasants' right. They demanded land for the peasants. But this Vladimir Lenin, he was a social democrat. Mostly he was the leader of Bolshevik group. This Bolshevik group we'll discuss later. So Vladimir Lenin, he was a social democrat. And Lenin felt that the peasants were not one united group. Some were poor and others were rich. Some worked as laborers while others were capitalists who employed the workers. So according to him, as there are so many differences among them, so these peasants, they could not be a part of the socialist movement. So the social democrats, they used to favor workers. Remember, socialist revolutionaries used to favor peasants and social democrats used to favor workers. Now see, this Russian Social Democratic Workers Party that was formed by the workers and it was operated as an illegal organization. This party was divided into Bolsheviks and Mensheviks. So Bolsheviks were the majority group which was headed by Vladimir Lenin, and Menshevik was the minority group. So this group was headed by Lenin and Menshevik group was headed by Julius Martov. So here this Lenin believed that party should be disciplined and should control the number and quality of its members. So how many people will join the party, that number should be controlled. Everyone will not be allowed to enter into the party. And here in Menshevik, this party believed that it should be open to all. Everyone can come and join the party. So this was the main difference between the Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks. Thank you.